Okay, so probably like the biggest project in here. I almost did art and business. Hi guys, it's Teeny, and guess what? I will be taking you through the portfolio that I submitted to the university that I am currently studying in. So if you guys are new here, hi, my name is Teeny. I am going into my third year of medical school. I study in Mahidol University in the Faculty of Medicine, Ramatabadi Hospital. I applied through the first round, which is the portfolio round, and hopefully this video will be helpful for anyone who might be applying this year or next year, or if you guys are just looking for inspiration. Then first off, a portfolio is essentially like a collection of your work and achievements. So obviously when the admission people are looking through your portfolio, you're gonna want to be honest. It's gotta represent the best version of you, so keep that in mind. And so this is my cover. So I have my full name on it. It's always a good idea to have your name on that. Also says portfolio. It's all like just the basics to having a cover. It wasn't required, but I also inserted the university and faculty that I'm applying for, just to show them that it's like this book is specifically made for you. And usually people just put like a picture of them on the cover, which this is a picture of me, but it's an x-ray scan because I thought I was being artistic. I don't know. Again, this is gonna represent you, so I don't know if they took it as like creative or just weird, but this picture was really meaningful to me. Long story short, it was one of the reasons why I decided to study medicine, so I just pasted that there. Next is the table of contents. So I don't know if it was required or not to do this, but I thought it was a good way to organize your portfolio just to show professionalism. And here I have all the things that will be covered in the portfolio. So I have my profile, my involvement in school, medical experiences, services, research paper, and letter of recommendation. Okay, so profile. I was just trying to be artistic and creative. Here I use my senior picture and just cut it so that when you print it out, it's like 2 pages of my picture next to each other. And here I just have the basic informations here. It wasn't really required for you to put it here, just in case they wanted to get to know me better. The next page, hello there, and just a little profile introduction of me. I have my address, my email, and my phone in case they wanted to contact me. So I would recommend you putting it there too if you're not too uncomfortable about it. Next is just a page that wasn't really required or anything. I just needed a page to fill there, and I just had a few pictures that I wanted to show, but I didn't know where to put them. So I have my graduating class photo and my school picture. There's a picture of me in my science lab at school. I was working on the research paper that was included in this portfolio. There's me and my brother, and that was when we did a mini marathon together. So just to show I have my active life. Besides academics, I'm pretty active too. I took Thai instruments classes at school. I'm a swimmer. I've been a swimmer since I was super young. And the last one is a medal that I got for my English class, IB English A Language and Literature higher level. Rama required us to write a career aspiration. Yeah, this is just me explaining who I am and why I am interested in studying medicine and why I would be a good addition to their faculty. And so you can just read here. I have some personal information in there that I kind of have to censor out again. And the picture, that's me while doing my Red Cross internship. And the other picture is me doing a volunteer work at a public park near my house. And okay, next. As for involvement, I was in the varsity swimming team 2006, as in I started swimming competitively for my school, and then I ended up in the varsity swimming team. So yeah, that's me. I was also a student council executive. I was grade rep for 2 years, so it was really fun. This one is also student council, but I was the co-chair of a committee in a student council. I organized like events such as career day and high school dance and all those stuff. I was also a link crew leader, so basically it's like a group of people that works on like welcoming and orientating new freshmen so that their transition from middle school to high school is much more smoother. I was also a member of the RS Red Cross, and I made shirts and posters and banners for them. They hosted like blood drives. I helped out with that. Next is medical experiences. So I did a physician shadowing at Lurston Hospital. It was really convenient for me because my counselor, he helped us contact the hospital and kind of just organize these shadowing stuff for us. And then I also did CPR and AED training. Super cool. Next would be services. So basically like volunteer work. So this is a really big one in my portfolio, probably like the biggest project in here, Father Ray's Foundation project. Because my dad has like a family business, we do furniture, and because I wanted to put my artistic and creativity skills to good use, I decided to help my parents design these furnitures to be donated to this foundation. This foundation aids kids with autism and cerebral palsy. We made 4 different furnitures. Therapeutic playset, monkey bars to help them gain strength in their limbs, and the therapeutic playset stairs. So it's like basically a 3-way stair set. The steepness of each steps are different, so they can kind of just practice walking up the stairs. There's a chair for autistic children. So it's basically like, because sometimes they struggle to sit still, I designed like a chair that has a flap in front of them so they can eat and learn and do everything there really comfortably without feeling too confined. We designed the chair to not be too confining but still really sturdy, and like the colors that we chose was also really important, so I had to do research on like their senses and which color was most suitable for these kids. Lastly is the pulling machine for children with CP or cerebral palsy. So it's basically like that, and then you just pull like that to help with the limbs again, and you can kind of adjust the pulleys so it could be like really smooth and really easy to pull, or you can make it more difficult so that they exert more strength to, you know, pull. Next page is just the pictures of the furnitures that we donated and like the process of making it. So that was really fun, a really big project for me. That was my thing, so that like, you know, when you make portfolios that you want them to remember you, I felt that this project was a really good one. I would recommend like you do each project with like effort and like quality, so that you're not just like everywhere all over the place. So just make sure you have like a selling point, makes you stand out from other people. Next, for services, I also was like kind of a researcher on Thailand's water crisis. So I worked with Function International, like a company that does water filters, and we explored the problems in Thailand for contaminated water. And there was this community in Thailand that was suffering from the water being so dirty, and it was like there was like a region-wide disease spreading. So I was trying to help with that. And there was also the National Blood Center volunteer, which I talked about. So I helped with the separating components like blood plasma and handling those bags. So it was called the BMA Health Department volunteer that you saw earlier. That was where I helped them with the free health checkup service for diabetes and hypertension. It was super cool. It was really near my house, so really convenient. It wasn't like a major event or anything, but it was relevant to the field of my interests, so why not? Next is the Red Cross Youth Bureau volunteer work. So I worked in the Chulalongkorn Hospital as an assistant for the nurses in the pain relief and acupuncture ward. So I met a lot of cancer patients, elderlies, and just people who have undergone chemotherapy or anyone who was just suffering from pain. I took their blood pressure. I helped them fill like this survey form for pain scores, just like basically scoring their pain. I also helped file documents behind the counters. It was really tiring, but it was super fun. And the next one is actually pretty simple, but I felt like I was actually putting myself to good use. So it's called the Chuchi Foundation, and I was a volunteer to translate. So basically, this foundation provides accessible healthcare to refugees in Thailand, and because I am fluent in Thai and English, and the refugees couldn't speak Thai, so I sat with a doctor and translated between them. I also helped fill in the computer system, so I was keying in symptoms, diagnosis, prescribed medication, and all those stuff that was advised by the doctor. So I was basically translating and typing. The last one is I was a teacher assistant at an international school to help take care of the nursery kids for a month. The kids were obviously really adorable, and yeah, it was quite a summer. Okay, next. Research paper. I don't think it was required. I'm not sure. But I did leave like a space here, and what I did was, because I had quite a few pages, and printed out this book and then stuck that paper on the book, so it's like a book inside a book. Again, thought I was being creative, but it did save a lot of space. And my research was on cellular respiration of yeast, I think. It was a part of my AP biology class, so I just used that as my research paper, even though it was really simple, but it was still some lab work and just basically experiences working with equipment. And lastly is a confidential letter of recommendation. This one was probably required, so I got mine from my AP biology teacher. And yeah, that concludes my portfolio. I wanted to be a doctor since I was young, but growing up I kind of drifted away and never really thought I would actually end up pursuing medicine. I almost did art and business, but then something personal happened and I changed my mind, and I thought it was gonna be late. I thought I wasn't qualified because my strongest subject isn't biology or chemistry. Everyone thought I would end up being an art student, but here I am, and if I can do it, so can you. So just don't lose hope. Anything is possible with hard work. If you think medical school is really the right school for you, then go for it. Put yourself out there. Try to be as unique as possible. It's important for you to include activities that are relevant into the portfolio, but don't lose yourself trying to craft the perfect portfolio. It still has to represent you. The best portfolio you can make is the one that represents you best. Every portfolio is special in its own way. Be honest with yourself, be creative, trust the process, and have fun with it. And that's it for today, and I hope this was helpful for you guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you have any questions, or you can just DM me. And subscribe to my channel for more fun content. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to know when I post. You can also find me on my Instagram. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
And it goes a little something like